All right, so we'll be presenting our Capstone project on cryo-x Co. So kind of to give us an introduction as to what our project was going to be. So Jordan, our project sponsor, is looking for new ways to use this passive daytime radiative cooling material and bring it to the consumer space. And what's difficult here is that this material is pretty new and there's a lot of unknowns to it. So the idea behind our project was to find out more about its attributes and how different things affect it, as this material is, Jordan's looking to put this material on the roofs of cars to passively cool the interior of cars. So that's basically what our experiments were about. It was all about testing different ways of either protecting or cleaning the material after it was supposedly put on the roof of a car. This is all simulated, of course. And we had 3 days of testing. So we went through several different types of environments, trying to control what we were doing more and more as we got to the third and final test, which was probably the most conclusive one. I can let Kyla here talk about how we actually went about our testing.
Yeah, so we designed a test where we were testing different factors and interactions with the CryoSkin. So we tested at first a potential protective material called, it was graphene coating, originally used for automobiles as a protective coating. And we found out that this damaged the CryoSkin and it was no longer cooling as required. So we discarded that from further testing and moved on to other interactions to test. This here is demonstrating that the comparator which is a normal piece of vinyl, which we added into all of our tests, what performed worse than the CryoSkin, and the CryoSkin was cooling as expected. And this is kind of the baseline that we're testing towards. We also tested pressure washing and found that it actually improved the CryoSkin performance, and potentially we hypothesized that might be to clearing dirt and sediment off the surface of the CryoSkin and allowing it to have that emissivity and reflectiveness that allows it to cool. And in the future, we'll continue research. We recommend to continue research on the effects of pressure washing and other water cleaning effects.
And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. We also did test some other things that we aren't showing on here, such as bleach and sandblasting. But similar to the graphene, those things actually ended up, damaging the CryoSkin and therefore making it, not as effective. So just things to note for when actually using this material on the roofs of cars. There's still a little bit more research that we'd have to do and look into how to actually protect that. But other than that, that's pretty much sums up our experiment. So.